your brow.
All right, we're back here hanging out with Erik Petersen, works with the NSCD, which is the National Sports Center for the Disabled. We have an incredible program here at Winter Park. It's world-renowned. I mean, people come here just for the NSCD, and you're the director of the competition program. So set us up here. NSCD does a lot in this community, more than just skiing, more than just the resort, but you're with the resort portion. And what do they do for the resort? There's two different parts to the NSCD.
Well, we're a therapeutic recreation program. You know, basically, we teach people with physical and cognitive disabilities. We do up to and sometimes over 25,000 lessons a year, and we basically provide opportunities for people with physical and cognitive disabilities to learn how to ski. And if they choose to, they can go and live their dreams and their goals, and maybe in the competition venue. I work with the competition program, and basically we have 3 different programs. We have the alpine skiing program, which is our predominant, largest part of the program. We have a new snowboarding program. It's just started, and also Nordic and biathlon that happens out at the Snow Mountain Ranch
at the YMCA. Okay,
and Devil's Thumb as well too.
Oh, I didn't realize Devil's Thumb does the biathlon, which is the shooting and the skiing.
We have a range at the YMCA at the Snow Mountain Ranch right now.
So then you're training the skiers or the skiing portion at the
Devil's Thumb. But they utilize both of those areas as well as Grand Lake.
Awesome. And NSCD, obviously, it's a lot of hands on deck there. A lot of volunteers to help get you guys. I
think this year we have up to 650 volunteers.
650 volunteers.
And they donate their time and their energy.
Lots of locals, lots of weekenders, lots of everything. Right?
Yes.
I mean, you got people coming in from all over to help out and do their part.
Yeah.
And
we wouldn't be able to do it without the volunteers, and they're just an amazing group of people for sure.
Yeah, and so we're on the competition side now. So. This can get pretty big time. You got to take a trip, did you not, this past Olympics?
Yeah, I went to the Paralympics, which happens 2 weeks after the Olympics.
In Sochi. You're in Sochi with the
same venues. Our athletes actually skied down the same downhill that the men skied down in Sochi. And out of our program, I think we had 35 athletes that had been involved in our program one way or the other throughout the years. And we ended up with about 15 medals last year.
15 medals, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And so these athletes, some are local. We do have some local athletes, right? Mm-hmm. And then some kind of find the program after an injury or after...
It's international, actually. I mean, we have up to nine nations that come here to train because we're so world renowned right now. So, and our job is to basically take these young athletes, develop them, and get them onto their respective national teams.
Wow, that's incredible. And so what are, you brought in a device here. It's sitting sideways, so it might be hard to pick out.
You can call it what we call this is a mono ski.
Okay.
Or you can also refer to as a sit ski.
Okay.
And this is what our sit athletes use it, And we have 3 different categories that we compete in. There's visually impaired athletes.
So,
There's people that have basically a visual disability. They could be totally blind. They could have some partial sight. And then we have our sitting athletes, which are people that might have been paralysis, or they might have amputations that prevents them to stand up and ski. And then we have our standing athletes.
Okay.
Yeah, and our standing athletes could be an amputee, could be an arm-hand amputee. Could
so
be
are they all competing against each other for time?
They compete within their own classifications. So the visually impaired athletes compete against themselves, the sitting compete against themselves, and then the standing.
So all equal playing field for each race kind of style.
Yes.
Okay, and a huge part is, and I think I've heard, is it Wounded Warriors, or what is, you guys do it a lot with the vets too.
We've been working a lot with the vets. The VA has been putting some time and energy into that. Very excited to have some vets in our program. We have a really good snowboarder, 2 actually good snowboarders this year, Kirsty Ennis and Carlos Figueroa, and they'll be at the Wells Fargo Cup this year.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And Wells Fargo Cup, let's talk about that a little bit. It's a huge fundraiser for you guys.
Yeah, it's one of our significant fundraisers for sure. And without the help of Wells Fargo and the Winter Park Resort, that helps us put this thing on. These are some of the funding resources that we have to help the.
It's one of the big ones, and we probably want to talk about that a little more. So we'll take another little break here, and we'll come back and hit more on the Wells Fargo Cup, because that is just an incredible event. So.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back in one moment here.